People want to find peace immediately. And this is where people don't like me. I don't believe that shit. You ain't gonna find it through fucking yoga and all this other bullshit. I stretch out a lot and I believe in yoga. All that shit's great, but you ain't gonna find it in some fucking room. You're gonna find peace from going to war with yourself. Cause we all got shit. We all got shit. People look at me. The reason why my story resonates with people, because I don't hide. I'll tell you exactly who the fuck I am. I will admit to it. People are great at hiding. So they want to just find peace. No, you got to take your shit, fix whatever's fucked up in you. Don't just shove it under the rug. Fix it, and then you'll find some peace later after you fix some shit. So now I'm realizing this. I go home. Several months go by, and now I'm like, okay, here we go. It's time to be a Navy SEAL. I start calling these fucking recruiters, man. And when you're 297 pounds and you have prior service, man, recruiters laugh at your ass, dude. 24.
Right.
And so I'm fat, I'm out of shape, and I know this. And so I finally, after 2 weeks of calling recruiters, I found this guy named Steven Saljo. And Steven Saljo says, come on in the office. I walk in the office, he looks at me, and he's the first recruiter that said, you know what? Damn, you're a big fucking dude, man. You want to be a SEAL? I said, yeah, but he didn't give me the look of like, you can't do it. He gave me the look of, let's go weigh you. He weighed me, 297. He went through his little chart, started writing all this shit down. And he said, you got a lofty task ahead of you. I go, why? He goes, well, this program that I was trying to get into, I was in the reserves. And I was going to go from the reserve program to an active duty SEAL. So this program was shutting down. And I was going to be in the last class, like 1 or 2 classes left before it shut down. So I had about 3 months to get the weight standard. 100
pounds in 3 months.
106 pounds. So the standard for a 6'1" person back then, 6'1", I forget what it was 191. And I was 297. So I pretty much said, fuck this. This pretty much can't work for me, man. This is impossible. So I go back to work spraying for cockroaches and I hit the mother load. Like I hit the mother load of cockroaches, rodents and everything. And I go out to the dumpster and these animals, I was like, fuck, I'm done. So I quit my job right then. Actually, the boss had to come to I quit. The boss had to come looking for me to get the truck back. I didn't even go to work again. So all these restaurants, I had the keys to them all, the fucking alarm codes. And so I had now started my journey. And so now I'm like, I'm losing the fucking weight. But my first run was 4 miles. That was my plan. As I'm driving the truck back home from quitting my job, I drive home, I get my shoes on, and I run a 1/4 mile. Come home crying.
You stopped after a 1/4 mile?
Yeah, walk back home because I was exhausted. Because I haven't run in like years. Yeah. I remember back when I was 175. Yeah. Running was easy. I was one of the fastest runners in class. But now it's just hard, man. I'm fat. I'm out of shape. And I was just defeated because now I was 175. I was in good shape. Yeah. And I got myself into a bigger hole now. Yeah. And now I got to lose this weight and I got to take the ASVAB again to get in the Navy. So I got to take that. So I took that fucker 2 more times. Because the first time I passed it, but I had to get a 50 on mechanical comprehension. So there's like 10 different sections. Yeah. Had to get a 50. I got a 44. You can only get a waiver for 5 points. So I had to take it again. And guess what happened? It's in the book really well. It's exactly what happened. I take the ASVAB test and I took it, and now they have computers. Back when I took it the first time, it's like all like Scantron shit. Yeah. So now I see a computer, so now I'm freaking out. Oh my God, it's on the computer. So I take it, and the sergeant in charge of the ASVAB test isn't supposed to tell you what you got. Okay. So I take it for my second time and my last time. They're not gonna let me take it again. So I'm now down to 215 pounds. I'm losing the weight, but now I take the ASVAB test for the second time to get in the Navy. As I leave, I get out to my car, and I'm like, this is my life, man. I gotta find out I got this fucking test. Because usually it takes 2 days to get the results back. But they get them immediately. Once you hit send, that guy gets it right there. So I'm like, fuck that, man. I go back in. I go, hey, man, can you please He goes, man, this is fucking military protocol. I'm not breaking it for you. I'm like, people are still taking the fucking test. I'm like crying. I'm like, man, you don't understand what I've been through, man. I'm like, this is my life. Please, I'm begging this guy, please let me know what I got. So he scrolls through, he sees David Goggins, he goes, you got 65. I go, great. I don't care about that. That was my overall score. I go, what did I get on mechanical? He goes, you're asking a lot from me, man. I go, please, man, like I have to get a 50 on mechanical. He scrolls over, I got exactly a 50. Have you seen The Pursuit of Happiness? How that motherfucker, when he runs in the stairs and gets a job and like your hair stands up the back of your neck because he worked so hard to get this shit. When I left that ASVAB and it's nighttime, I'm getting in my car, it felt like that. Something came over, it felt like I truly accomplished, even though I passed it before, but now I know I'm all in.
That's good for me to hear, for people to hear, because I have a hard time picturing you celebrating anything. Of all the things you've accomplished, you celebrated that.
You know what's funny? I haven't celebrated since then. Because I needed that to start the war.
Wow.
Without that, the celebration was I can start the war now. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that I won the war. Mm-hmm. I can start my war. That's what made me, that's why I haven't celebrated since. I'm always in that battle.
Yeah.
I have peace, but I'm in this battle every fucking day. So I got to 50. I can start war now. I'm down to 215. I have about another month to go or whatever it is to fucking lose the weight. I dropped the weight. I'm in SEAL training now. The war now can begin. And it does. And that's what I talk about, man. Like life is not a movie. It's not a movie where you have one breakthrough and like you just taking off. No, man.
The world is not like the movies. The movies aren't real. They don't exist. But you do. And this life it's better than any movie there is. Movies are supposed to provoke emotion. They're supposed to make you feel something. But I have a better idea. Go out into the world and actually feel it. Go feel joy and love and triumph and rapture and ecstasy and glory. Go feel those things. And with those feelings, there will be other feelings as well. There'll be sorrow